What's up, everyone? Join us today for another adventure with the fish dude, and behind the camera I have my buddy Chris. Unfortunately, Chris is a plant biologist, so don't pay too much attention to him. So today we're taking a drive down to Park Rynie Beach on the KwaZulu-Natal south coast. We are going to go harvest oysters. Yeah, you heard right. So you do need a permit to harvest oysters. Luckily, our university has one for about 10,000 oysters or so a year. But we only need about 50 oysters. So it's going to be a cool drive, and we're going to show you all that we're doing. We're going to have some fun, and we're going to watch Chris fall into the rock pools. All right, join us for our trip. Okay, so we stopped at, where is this? Shell Ultra City, South Coast, for some breakfast and chow. As you can see, my man is really hungry and he's gonna whack it while I'm driving. So we're gonna be continuing our drive down to Park Rynie, and when we're there, we're gonna be showing off the beach, its scenery, hopefully some fishermen with some quarantine and shad, and maybe not. I mean, Durban did have quite a bad flood yesterday, and you know, it buggered up the beaches quite badly, so we'll see what happens when we get there. So now we're in Park Rynie. We're on our way right now to the camping site, which is the Rocky Shores, and this is what Park Rynie looks like. I mean, it's not exactly a farm area. I mean, it is, but it's a quite little town. There's everything you need over here basically, except a club and a cinema and a university. So it's very, very peaceful. It's very calming.
My name is Chris. So we got lost. Like
no,
really lost. We were lost. This guy doesn't know the roads here. So
well, to be fair, they told us I'm going to Caravan Cove. Meanwhile, I am going to a different campsite, not Caravan Cove. So they gave us the directions, and we're gonna keep on driving, and Chris is gonna be your DJ for the rest of the trip. So this is the Park Rynie Rocky Beach. It is before Caravan Cove. And this is the damage after yesterday's flood. So Durban had a freak flood and it was insane. I mean, for Durban to have a natural disaster is on another level. Stuff must really have gone wrong. So things are quite damaged throughout the coastline after the flood. Right, so we're here now at Park Rynie Rocky Beach. We had our breakfast, we are nice and full, and we're ready for the day. So if you come with me, I'll show you guys the beach. So this is the Park Rynie Rocky Beach, and on a normal calm day, this place is amazing to fish at. I mean, you come here on a calm day and there's guys pulling quarantine and shad and the odd garrick, like in, you know, from 4 in the morning. By the dozen. I mean, that's illegal, but by the dozen is what we do, and hide it in the sand. So as you can see down there where we're going to be taking a walk, all of that on the rocks is part of the oyster belt, and the water is quite murky and dirty now, obviously after the rain. Right, so part of our marine department is plastic awareness, and as you can see after the flood, there's been quite a wash up of plastic and other litter on the beach. I mean, this is a beach that people use. So if you're going to come to a beach in the States, do you need any more reminder that plastic is harmful? So these are our oysters, actually. So this is the Natal rock oyster, and this is the oyster I've been working on for the last 2 years. And the cool thing about these oysters is that when you actually dissect them, you can actually tell how much of pollution is in the water system. So it's a good biomarker for pollution. That is why I do a lot of research on these oysters, because it can tell you, compared to the rest of KZN where you find these oysters, how badly affected this area is, which is amazing for marine bio research and comparison indices. Okay, so to harvest oysters off a rock is not as fancy as you think it is. I mean, this is your tools for harvesting a oyster off a rock. a chisel and a hammer. I mean, talk about student budget friendly. So literally what you have to do is, you find the strong point of the oyster away from the oyster lip on the rock, and you chip away at the rock. And voila, this is a harvested Natal rock oyster. So if there's any cracks in the oyster, or if any fluid leaks out of where the mouth opens here, then the oyster is surely going to die and it's not going to survive the experiments, let alone the transport back home. So this oyster is actually quite perfect because he's sealed all the way through, and all he has to do is be cleaned a little, and this guy's perfect and good to go.
It's okay.
Yeah, so this is Chris's attempt at shucking oysters off the rocks.
2,000 years later.
This is a strong oyster. There we go, there we go, there we go, perfect. Ah, he's dead. He's dead. So, hey, Chris, show us your look of sadness. This is Chris looking. Every oyster he's harvested so far has died on the rocks. Unfortunately, if you're not careful when you're harvesting off the rocks, they crack quite easily and they do die. So literally like 4 out of 5 oysters we harvest will die before we collect them. So guys, Chris finally got his first successful oyster off the rocks, but now he seems to be struggling quite a bit. What do you have there? One dead one? Oh, both dead.
So as here with my friend Amma, harvesting oysters.
It's dead.
He killed the
this
oyster.
one is very, very dead, bro.
Yeah. Like I'm getting better at harvesting oyster than he is.
And I've been doing this for a while.
But I'm natural in this, guys.
Ah, how about that? The other one came out.
This was pure luck, guys. This was pure luck. Pure luck. Also, with this guy, you also see oysters. Right, like I've never eaten an oyster, but I'm collecting one. Like, how
It's an
crazy.
aphrodisiac. It makes a man go wild.
This guy is naughty. I don't know why I'm friendly with this guy, but I'm friends anyway.
Because I bought the chow.
Yeah, I love chow. I love chow. So this guy can make a great Zulu guy, you know. You know, back in the day, Zulu guys used to collect water in the lakes and stuff.
I'm not putting a bucket in my head and walking.
Zulu guy didn't do that. Zulu woman did.
Now how does the Zulu man carry?
That's all.
Okay, I can do that.
This guy will make a great Zulu man.
Well, I eat like one.
Oh yeah, this guy eats a lot. Oh, you can tell, guys. Like, look. Like, I also eat a lot of spice. I don't know where the food goes here.
Okay.
So, folks,
Go for it, Chris.
these are the oysters.
Yeah, so we've got about 32 oysters in here. I only needed about 15 or 20 because some will die in transport, acclimation and all that stuff. So these guys are going to be sitting in seawater for the ride back to Durban. As soon as we hit Durban, they're going to be out of these tanks, cleaned of any barnacles, worms, snails that are on them, and they're going to go straight into acclimation tanks with artificial seawater.
So we're going back after 2 to 3 hours of collecting
Oysters, bro.
Oysters.
We came for oysters.
Yeah, we came for oysters.
He already forgot what we came for.
Like it was so nice that I forgot we came to collect oysters. Like if it's not too late, I would like to change my research to collecting oysters. Just collecting them.
Not working on them, just collecting them.
Just collecting them. Guys, so if you need an assistant in collecting oysters, like I don't charge that much because I'm an expert. Like I'll charge you like.
He only killed about 20 or 30 oysters.
Why did you have to reveal this? Yeah, I collected like 25 and I killed like 3. Don't listen to this guy. Peace, people. Going to Durban now.